वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. A very warm welcome to entire Sangat in today's talk. We started a topic, a conversation about Man Bach Karo. In Gurbani, whenever we read Gurbani Panktis about these three words, Guru Sahib has emphasized a lot about Man, Bach and Kara. Whatever we are doing in our life, good or bad, that we can divide basically into three parts. We are doing good or bad with our words, saying something good or bad. Another thing is our deeds, actions, and the most deepest thing is our thought that nobody can see, like any other human beings, our friends or family. So that plays more subtle part in our life. So to this, like these three things should be good. Good words, good deeds, good thoughts. So these are called as in 3G of our life, which is very important. Last week, we talked about good words. We have the freedom to use our words. We can say something good and make someone's day. We can let people feel happy with our beautiful words. We can hurt them that they may not forget our words for the rest of their life, which is also possible by our words. We can make our relations, we can break our relations just because of our words. And these words, how we are using, plays an important role. Although ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸ਼ਬਦ words ਸ਼ਬਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਸੁਰਤ ਧੁਨ ਚੇਲਾ. So words are very important. Words are useful, words are needful to convey our message. So we can make or we can break. We can be abusive, we can be polite. So this is what we talked in our previous lecture, last week's dialogue session. So just becoming good with the words, we can say it is the most easiest thing as well. There are 3Gs, Man, Bach and Kara. Our words, our actions and our thoughts. These three things, if we are able to control it, we can make it good. We can say this is actually purpose of our life. Now words, saying good words, beautiful words, which is very easy according to the rest two things. I'll just start with a small story. One owner kept one servant at his house. He asked a glass of water and servant replied, my honor, my boss, you are very nice, you are very kind, you are so compassionate. Then honor asked, will you bring a glass of water to me? Servant said, no, I can praise about you, I can use beautiful words, but I cannot go and bring a glass of water to you. These things happened a couple of times, then multiple times. Then finally, that owner, that landlord fired his servant. Why? Although he was very respectful with his words. He was saying a lot of good things, like you are the best owner I have ever seen in my life. You are the best person of my life. You are so handsome, you are so kind and compassionate. But words did not help him. Why? Because actions plays an important role. By the words, we can just show how we want to show our personality, but actions will actually identify whatever we are saying, it's true or not. So words is good, but only words are not enough. Guru Nanak Sahib Ji teaches us in Gurbani, Mat jaan shah gali paya. Mat jaan, don't think in that way. Shah is for husband, Lord, for Vaheguru, for God. Gali paya, gali talks. Don't think that you can be the one with the Lord just by your words. Just saying good words can help you to be the one with the Lord. Mat jaan. Even Bhai Gurdas ji also mentioned same kind of example. He said, like, if it is possible, then parrot should meet God easily because he can repeat the same word. If you can just teach him, he can repeat it again and again. So Matja, don't think if you are very good with your words, it's very polite and you can meet by Guru. Don't think in that way. These words are from Guru Nanak Sahib. Okay. When Guruji met the yogis, then also Guruji taught them. Words are not enough. Galli jog na hui. एक दृष्ट कर संसर जाने जो की कहिए सोई रहा. If you are using very good words, beautiful lines, which is okay, maybe soothing if you are listening, it's nice. But how you are actually doing things in your life will make an impact. Galli jo, just by good words, it's not enough. It will not help you to achieve everything in your life. You need to put some efforts as well. Without efforts, just words are not going to help us in a long run. Even Bhai Gurdas Ji helps us to understand this in a better, another way, so that we can understand. Now he's sharing two examples. We'll talk about it so that we can just get an idea just by the words. Until unless we are not performing it, we are not making practical in our life, it will not help. Words are good. Words are here. By the words, we'll understand what do I need to do. But finally, I have performed. जैसे खांड खांड कहे मुख नहीं मीठा होए, जब लग जीभ स्वाद खांड नहीं खाइए. Bhai Gurdas Ji. He says, if we are just saying sugar, sugar again and again, you will not feel you are eating sugar until unless you will not eat it. So just by saying sweet, sweet, your face, your mouth will not fill with sweetness. You need to have it. You need to eat it. Another example. जैसे रात अंधेरी में दीपक दीपक कहे, तिमर न जाई जब लग न जराइए. Another example. It's darkness outside. Dark night. Can't see anything. And you have a lamp in your hand. Timar is darkness. Again, Hanira. So if you have lamp in your hand, you are just saying it, but you are not actually turning it on. So then you will won't see any light. It will stay dark. If you're just saying light, 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 it will not turn on automatically. You need to take an action. You have a lamp in your hand, but you need to turn it on or switch it on to see, or if you want to get rid of the darkness. So Bhai Gurdas Ji also mentioned about it, only words will not help. Guru Nanak Sahib Ji also telling us, only words, kalli jog na. Just by your words, because it is easy. Even we may know a lot of people around us, those who are very nice with the words, very good words, some religious talks or very spiritual talks or good words. But when it comes to the action part, they won't participate in that. Then they would say, okay, you just take care of that part. Some other thoughts. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. If you are just speaking, okay, I need to go that far, I need to go 500 miles, 1,000 miles, even if you keep saying you won't reach there until unless you won't take action. So actions are very important. Until unless we don't try, we won't take action, we cannot reach to our destination. Until unless we are not taking an action. So actions are very important. Actions speak louder than words. Now Guru Nanak Sahib Ji teaches us more about it. Normally in our life, because saying good things, it gives us some more respect. People say, wow, he speaks so nicely, he shares good thoughts, he talks so nicely, he's helping others, he is very motivating. So once we start getting praised like this, so most of the people just stops there, just at a good words. It doesn't come into the actions, and action is actually more important. And great words won't cover ugly actions. It's just like good frames won't save bad paintings. So action is needed. Guru Nanak Sahib Ji says, Galli asi changiyan, achari buriya. Mano kusudha kaliyan, bahar chitbiya. Galli asi changiyan. So most of us becomes very good in talk. But achari buriya. But our actions are. We can see a lot of people around us, their words won't match with their actions. We may impress another people, we may impress society, we may impress our family and friends. But Guru Nanak Sahib Ji is telling us it won't work. Galli aisi chahiye. Okay, we are good. Achari buriya, Mano Suddha Kalya. From our mind, from our heart, by our thoughts, by our actions, we are not performing as we are talking. So this is very difficult. When we talk about it, even we see a lot of examples in Guru Sahibs as well. Whatever they said, they did it. Guru Arjan Sahib Ji, Guru Ramdas Sahib Ji, Guru Angad Sahib Ji, Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji, all the Gurus, saints, Bhagat, whose Gurbani we are reading in Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, all lived it. They didn't only talk about it, they lived all those moments. Even when Sai Mia Mirji raised a question on Gurbani, to Guru Arjan Sahib Ji said like, Tan man kaat sabhi arpi, which agni aap chalaएं. Is it really possible or it's just a part of writing? And Guru Arjan Sahib Ji showed the same thing practically. Tan man kaat sab agni arpi, which agni aap jalaएं. Did it. So most of the time, when it comes to the action, it is easy to say, be compassionate. But it is not as easy to be compassionate. Easy to say, but not actually to be compassionate. Easy to say, don't be angry. But when it comes to the practical life, it's not as easy. We have to fight every day about it. So actions plays an important role, very important role. even if we are far from Vaheguru, it is also because of our actions. Kirt karam ke vichude kar kirpa mein lahu ram. So actions are very powerful. Actions will help us to be the one with the Lord, to unite, or also it can separate us. Baramaha is a Bani in Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, which is written by 5th Guru Shri Guru Arjan Sahib Ji and also by the first Guru Shri Guru Nanak Sahib Ji. Kirt karam ke vichude kar kirpa mein lahu ram. Even in this Gurbani, whenever we read Gurbani, teaches us about like we are separated from Vaheguru and how can we be united with the Vaheguru. In the entire Gurbani, we read about Milap and Vichoda. Even we can say this Gurbani, this Bani of Paramaha is completely emphasized a lot about Vichadana te Milana. ਅਸੀਂ ਵਿਛੜੇ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਹੈ ਹੁਣ ਵਿਛੜੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਹਮ why we are separated ਕਿਰਤ ਕਰਮ ਕੇ ਵਿਛੜ because of our actions, so which means our actions have that much capability. It can separate us or helps us to unite with the Lord. Kirt karam ke vichude because of our actions. So actions are very important. Kar kirpa mein lahu ram, by his grace we can merge with him, but actions are very important. So firstly we need to understand that actions are very important. Paire gurmukh bujai koe bin buje karm kamavane janam padarat hoi. So firstly we need to know my actions are very important. In Japji Sahib also we read about karam again and again. Karmi karmi hoye vichar. Every seed will go to the fruit, which is for sure. In a book named The Book of Mirdad, very beautiful book. It's about basically about questions and answers. So in the Book of Mirdad, one person asked a question to Mirdad. He's the main character. He said, we face problems in our life, and even he mentioned about his father in the book. Like he was a very good man, he haven't done any bad thing in his life, but yet he is facing some problems in his life. It happens with us. Do you remember when you said about it, like, I haven't done anything bad in my life, why does this is happening to me? मैं किसी दा माड़ा नहीं किया, मेरे नाल माड़ा क्यों हो रहा? मैं किसी दा बुरा ही नहीं करता, मेरे नाल बुरा क्यों हो रहा? I'm very compassionate, I'm very helpful to the others. Why is this happening to me? Did you ever think like this? Did you ever question about it? या इतना दा कभी ख्याल आया मन दे विच कोई मैं ते नहीं है मैं तो कुछ किया, why does this happening to me? So the same type kind of question came to that person's mind and he asked to Mirdad, I know my father very well, he haven't done anything bad in his life, why does this happen to him, something bad? Then the answer which was given by Mirdad, that was very thought-provoking. When I read it, I was just like, oh, yes, it happens. He said, nature, God, Vaheguru, doesn't forget any of our action. Nature, a kudrat, sada ik vi action nahi bhuldi. Although we forget, when we say what all things we did, sometimes we are holding something and still we are asking to someone else, have you seen it? Have you seen it? Maybe it is just in our hand. It happens. We forget what did I do. But in the nature, it doesn't forget anything. We may forget a lot of things in our life, but it doesn't. So karmi karmi hoye vichar. Guru Nanak said, every karam, good or bad. Guruji did not say कि only good karam या only bad karam the vichar होएगा. Good or bad, okay. Karmi karmi hoye vichar. Every karam, good or bad, 2 times karam karam. Karmi karmi, both karams. Hoye vichar. So both kind of things. He doesn't forget. So whatever happens, happens for a reason. Whatever happens, we did it, so it is happening. We don't realize. So bin bujhe karam kamane, we don't realize what I'm doing because we are doing every time. We don't have an option to choose of not doing. Every time we are taking some decisions. Even, for example, I just thought, okay, let me go to Gurdwara side. It's an action. And later, if I thought, okay, I'm not going, let me take some rest. Again, I took a decision, I'm not going. And I choose that time to spend in rest, in sleep, in food, with friends, family, whatever I'm doing. There's no option to choose, or there's no way to not to choose. We are choosing something over something. Maybe I choose rest over doing some religious things, or maybe I choose my family over friends sometime. Maybe I choose to stay in my house, or maybe I choose to go out for a walk. Every time I'm choosing, even whenever I'm not choosing, I'm saying I don't want to do this. Still, I'm choosing something, I'm performing something, I'm taking an action. So, bin buje karma ka mavani janam padarat koi. This is how we are losing our precious life. We don't know what are we doing. So, firstly, we need to understand what is good, what is bad. Then, Guruji is second Guru and third Guru. First line is of Asadivar Shri Guru Angad Sahib Ji. Second line is from Anand Sahib Divani Shri Guru Amardas Ji. So choose your actions wisely. If I know I'm going to get whatever I'll do, as you sow, so shall you reap. So if I know I'm going to get whatever I'm going to do, according to my deeds, according to my actions. Now, Guru Angad Sahib Ji. Jit kita paya apna. If you know, you will get whatever you are going to do. As you sow, so shall you reap. Then, sakal buri kyun kar liye? Then why you are doing something bad? If you know, you will get the same, whatever you are doing. Still, you are not doing good. Why? And later we may regret. So Guru Amardas Ji teaches us, ऐसा कम मूल्य न कीचे जित अंत पछोताये. Don't do things later you need to regret. Most of the times we are regretting again and again on the same thing. Did you ever notice? We do the same mistake not couple of times, multiple times. I got angry today and said, anger is not good, I won't do it again. Next time, third, fourth, fifth. Because of lust, I faced a lot of problems in my life. From now onwards, I'll take care. Again, 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 again. Nimak kam swad karan kot dinas dukh paave. Gurvani teaches us. Nimak kam. Nimak for a few seconds. Calm with the lust. Swad karan for that joy. Kot dinas dukh paave. Then we may regret for days and days. Like, I shouldn't do that. So aisa kam mulle na kichya. It is easy to say, as right now I'm also just speaking, but when it comes to the practical, which is more important, we are going step by step. Good words, good deeds, good thoughts. So good words are also difficult. Not everyone is polite, which is okay. So if we have covered the first step, so just don't stop there. Sometimes we just say something good, people say very good, and we just feel okay, I'm doing my best. Not saying is doing is doing, saying is saying. So aisa kam mulle na kichya. So never ever do that, you need to regret later. So now very important. Now kirt karam ke vichhode. Then when bujhe karam kamavane, which means I need to know. Aisa kam mulle na kichya. Mulle na kichya. Don't do. That gives us a clear message that we have a free will to do. Otherwise, Gurbani won't talk about it. If we don't have any option to choose, then Gurbani should not talk about it. If Gurbani is teaching us, helping us to understand, that conveys a simple message. We have an option to choose. We have free will. देवन वाले के हाथ दात है, गुरु द्वारा पाए. He will give it to us, definitely. But what will he give it to us is jeha kitong teha hoa jehe karam kamai. Very beautiful. Very clear message of our free will. Jeha kitong, whatever you do, teha hoa, that will happen. You can choose your fruit, vegetables. Kande beejne ne ke gulab beejne ne, up to you, up to us. So devan wale ke hath daat hai. What is in the control of Guru? He will give fruit to the same seed. I have an option to choose my seed. What is my free will? I have an option to choose. I can choose my seeds. I can choose my actions. What is in his hand? He will make sure every seed should reach to the fruit. Now we need to make sure what I am doing. Very important. Very important. Guru Nanak Sahib Ji, before giving Gurta Gaddi to second Guru, he took some tests. And it was not about good words. Guru Nanak Sahib Ji did not have only good conversation with second Guru by Lehna Ji, Guru Angad Sahib Ji. He did not just ask, okay, what do you think, or what are your thoughts? He saw how did he perform. That was very important. And Guru Sahib Ji's sons and some more Sikhs were there, but Guruji took physical test. The same happened with third Guru, second Guru. Third Guru was very wise, very knowledgeable, was very understanding, humble. But yet they saw how much humble does he. Took his physical, saw his physical actions as well. And same happened with the fourth Guru. When he was about to give Gurta Gaddi, he took some actions. He saw his actions. So actions are also very important, not only about the words. When fourth Guru, Shri Guru Ramdas Ji, he had three sons, Bhai Prithi Chand Ji, Bhai Mahadev Ji, and Shri Guru Arjan Sahib Ji. Guru Arjan Sahib Ji was the youngest one. Prithi Chand was the eldest one. So there was a wedding in Lahore. Second Guru, Shri Guru Ramdas Ji asked the eldest son, there is a wedding at Lahore, will you go there? And then It was a kind of a test because today he was sending his son to Lahore for a wedding. Later, he had to go to Lahore for martyrdom. It was the same place. Preeti Chandji said, I'm taking care of entire finance, langar, paisa, tan, daulat, na? So I need to take care of that part. I can't go there and waste my time. I need to see this. I am handling this. This also comes whenever we do something good. That is also another problem. So then he asked his second son, by Mahadevji, will you go? He was like, we can say, Udasi kind of person, like Baba Shri Chandji type. He said, दुनिया च कोई अपना है ही की ब्याह की शादी की रिश्तेदार की दोस्त मित्र कोई नहीं किसी दा ये लोड़ ही नहीं कुछ करन दे सब time waste. So the one those who's not even participating it, so how would he take care of Gurta Gandhi? Then Guru Arjan Sahib Ji immediately he was just ready. Okay, what is your order, my father, my Guru? Whatever you will say, I'll do that. Even that is example from the Guru's life. Even we can see this in our, we can say, grandfathers' life as well. They were very respectful to each other, to their elders. Even maybe we may talk to our parents, or maybe we were also like that. है ना? फादर साहब ने जो कहता, पिताजी ने जो कहता, माता ने जो कहता, ठीक है जी, ओके जी. So this is again another thing, how we are reacting to the situation. खैर, so जेहा कितोन तेहा हुआ, जेहे कर्म कमाए, whatever we do, things will happen in that way. So we have a free will to choose. We can choose our actions, whatever we want to do. It's up to us. Even in Gita, very beautiful line I found. Even some people believe Bhagavad Gita is also completely basics or emphasize a lot about Karam. Karam Siddhant is the main message of Bhagavad Gita as well. And that, what I found on Google, like if you take care of your karams, if your actions, then in return, action will take care of you. So it's just give and take situation. Whatever you're doing, you will get it. So you need to take care of your actions, and your actions will take care of yourself. It's like consequences. Bad actions, outcome will be negative. Good actions will get some positive thing as well. So we need to understand this. Pagati Lochanji's wife, as we all have this habit, maybe we always want to blame somebody. It's very difficult to take responsibility of our own actions because we don't remember sometimes. We don't know, or we feel like I have done everything good. So the same way, even once Bhagat Tirlochanji's wife was complaining to God, God, you haven't done good to me. We also always find someone around us, even although we are doing something bad, still we want to blame somebody. We are not ready to take any responsibility. This is very important. It happens with everyone. Sometimes we also do something bad, but we need to accept it. Then it is good. Even this happened in Maharaja Ranjit Singh's life. It was a time when Maharaja Ranjit Singh, from the good actions, he fall into the trap of bad actions. He started going to Veswa Khana, to Jua Khana, in the gambling, started watching, like, okay, ladies or girls are dancing, started going there and watching and looking at them. That was, we can say, like some people will still criticize, or even if we don't know the entire story. If this happened, Maharaja Ranjit Singh fall into the bad actions, the trap of bad actions. Then later he realized, he came to meet Akali Phula Singh. Then he said, okay, earlier Akali Phula Singh told him, You are not supposed to go there. Even Maharaja Ranjit Singh said, I will get married to Mora. Mora was the name of a lady who used to dance, a dancer. So then Maharaja Ranjit Singh, even he was that much impressed and said, okay, I'll get married to that girl. Then Akali Phula Singh ji said, okay, you are not allowed to do it. Then he did not agree, Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Akali Phula Singh, he gave a statement. He launched Hukamnama. He said, okay, Maharaja Ranjit Singh ਨੂੰ ਪੰਥ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਛੇਕਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ. Now you are not part of community anymore. Then he felt, oh, I was doing something bad. He came to Darbar Sahib from Lahore to Harmandir Sahib, and if you see ਕਿ ਇਮਲੀ ਦਾ ਪੇੜ ਹੈ ਅਕਾਲ ਤਖਤ ਦੇ ਬਾਹਰ, just outside the Akal Takht Sahib, there's a tree of ਇਮਲੀ ਦਾ ਪੇੜ. So ਉੱਥੇ Maharaja Ranjit Singh ਨੂੰ ਬੰਨਿਆ ਗਿਆ. At that place, Maharaja Ranjit Singh was tired. So what is the message here? Although Maharaja Ranjit Singh did something bad, he accepted it, took the responsibility, came to Harmandir Sahib and said, I'm ready to take the punishment, whatever and whichever the punishment is. Then some believes punishment was not given. That itself was a punishment as for a king, those who were just standing there or tired with the Imli the paid. So in our life, even for the small things, even Maharaja Ranjit Singh accepted his mistake in front of the entire Panth, in front of entire community. Sare Sikhan de samne unhe hath jod ke maafi mangi because he was wrong. So in our life, we are always ready to blame on someone else. Or if we won't find anyone, then God is there. Ete Rabbi mada kar rahe. Bhagat Tilochan ji's wife also said the same thing. Then Tilochan ji teaches her, Narayan Nidas, Ninda kar rahi hai, saying bad. Kai puli gavari. Dukrit, Sukrit, pain or pleasure. Tharu karam ri. It is your karam. Whatever you are doing, whatever you did, you just got it. Don't blame God. It was your own seeds. Dukrit, Sukrit, Tharu karam ri. We can just take the responsibility. Okay. It was my mistake. If I'm in the pain today, definitely I gave pain to someone. It is just coming back to me. It will bring more. If we can be more receptive, if we can be more acceptive about Qurbani, about things, it will also give us some more relaxation in our life. If we can accept it, definitely it is difficult. And then there is a quote, although we have done something bad in our past, we do understand. We feel, once we realize, okay, I've done something bad, a lot of bad things in my life. Now what to do? Right actions in the future are the best apologies for the bad actions in the past. If you are really regretting, then start doing something good. If still we are not taking actions and just regretting again and again, it shows actually we don't want to do good. So right actions in the future are the best apologies. Even we read, Agya samajh chalo nand lala pacha jo bete so bete. The same message. If we are still doing it, if we are still continuing it, we need to think about it. We must, if we are actually feeling sorry for our past or because of our bad actions. So the best way, the apologies, I really like this quote very much. So right actions will show definitely we have some regrets or we really want to apologize for our bad actions. So in the conclusion, karmi apo apani, individual. No one can do for someone else. It's not like my son is doing a lot of bhakti every day, so I am okay with it. My father is doing a lot of bhakti, so I am okay with everything. No, my father, my relatives, my friends can give me the money, ਧਨ, but ਨਾਮ ਦਾ ਧਨ ਤੇ ਆਪੇ ਕਮਾਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ। ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਚੋਰੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ, ਨਾ ਹੀ ਕੋਈ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਦੇ ਸਕਦਾ। Someone can guide us, helps us to understand. Let us know how can we do it, but we need to do it. Karmi ਆਪੋ ਆਪਣੀ individual action. A husband, a wife, father, son, friends or family, everyone have to earn by their own. Karmi आपो अपनी के नेड़ा के दूर, so our actions will decide are we close to God or we far to God. And it is not only applying in the spiritual way, we can take the same thing in our social life as well. Even a father, friends, family, our actions shows how much we love our family, our friends. If we are just good for words only, but we are not ready to help them whenever they need us, we are not able to take an action for them, we are not ready to support them, although we are saying it is not good, but if we have the power to change it or to help somebody in some way, if we are not doing it, then karmi aapko apni ke neda ke dur, until unless we won't take action, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਧਰਮ ਦੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਨੇ, ਸੇਵਾ ਹੈ, ਸਿਮਰਨ ਹੈ, ਬੰਦਗੀ ਹੈ। We have three pillars of Sikhism. ਕਿਰਤ ਕਰੋ, ਨਾਮ ਜਪੋ, ਵੰਡ ਛਕੋ। These are the three actions actually. Kirt karo, action is needed, not only about words. Naam japo, again, action is also needed. We need to go physically, we need to do some words, we need to recite name. And Naam japo is not only about doing Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Naam japo is however we are able to remember him by performing seva, by doing all other activities, how we are helping in the humanity, to the society, in the human way. And one shako is again an action. So it is like call to action, we need to perform it. So no one is responsible for my good actions or my bad actions. I need to take the entire responsibility. Whatever is happening in my life, it is happening because of my good or bad actions. And if I want to be close to the people, to the humans, or I want to go close to Vaheguru, unite with Vaheguru, I need to choose my actions accordingly. A seva hai, a daya hai, a simran hai, a bandgi hai, a katha hai, a kirtan hai, daya, har ek cheez will, har ek action sanu rab de nede leke janda hai, kuch action sanu ode to dur leke jande ne. So actions de naal hi sara kuch depend karda hai. Now we need to say, I want to help somebody or I want to hurt someone. I want to be cruel or compassionate. I want to be trustworthy or I want to break some rules. So I am ready to take responsibilities, reciting his name, being an honest, being kind to others, helping others. These kind of actions will help us to gain some trust in social life and will take us close to Vaheguru as well. So today we talked about only good words are not enough. We need to take an action, and whenever we get an option to choose our action, then there are two ways we can choose good or bad. So choose your actions wisely, because our actions will bring consequences of outcomes. So we have a free will. Because of the free will, because of the two ways, we can fall into the bad actions or the good. So for that there is a Gurbani. Guru Sahib Sakhya Storia is helping us to understand and try not to blame others for our actions. And if we are really regretting, like I haven't done something good in my past, now I must take care. So if we are really apologize for that, if we are really sorry for that, if we really have regrets for that, then choose the right actions in the future. Guru Sahib Kirpa Karan, so that we all can do something good. So that was the second part. We talked about good words, very important, very needed, but only words are not enough. Good actions are also needed. Then sometimes we do a lot of good actions. We perform seva, simran, a lot of good things. कई बार फिर भी जीवन च आनंद नहीं बनता, मौज नहीं बनती. So still something is missing. That also we'll talk about. This is related to our good thoughts. It's like combination of all three: good words, good deeds, good thoughts. If we have all three, then peace, humanity, compassionate, contentment, ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇੱਕ ਸਕੂਨ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੋਈ ਖੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦਾ, ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਚ ਆ ਜਾਏਗਾ. ਜਿਹਦੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਤਿੰਨੋਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਆ ਜਾਣਗੀਆਂ ਪੂਰਨ ਰੂਪ ਚ, ਉਹੀ ਸੰਤ ਹੈ, ਉਹੀ ਭਗਤ ਹੈ, ਉਹੀ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਹੈ. So we talked about two things. We haven't covered every aspect of the deeds. Definitely there are many which are pending, which we were not able to cover it, but still जिन्नी को गुरु साहब ने समझ देते, we tried to understand. So next week we'll talk about the next part, about good thoughts that are also associated with first two parts, and then we'll come to the conclusion in the next part. So man, vach, karam, all are important. All are very much important, because by the words we get motivation to do good some actions. Right now, as we are just showing or we are exchanging the words, but words will lead to the good deeds, and words and good deeds will help us to have good thoughts as well. That we'll discuss next week. Now I would request you, so definitely as you are joining us continuously, you all have a lot of things in your mind, lot of feedbacks or Gurvani Panktis or personal experience, or what do you think? How can we apply, or how can we be more regular with our good deeds? What are your suggestions about it? So don't feel shy. So I would like to hear from all of you. You all can unmute yourself one by one and share your experience, Gurbani Pankti, or if you want to add something or anything. So now over to you, Saad Sangat ji. Would like to hear from you. Thank you very much once again for your precious time. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh ji. Okay. Any Sangat member ji? Anji Pia ji, you are unmuted.
Master ji, thank you very much. It's a very beautiful topic, and I don't know how to express, but a lot of things I'm doing which are against my conscience. I think thank you very much for the very nice lesson. Please take care. Let's all the best. May Waheguru Sanu Siddhi Raste Pave Ate Maringa Talab Chave. Tanwad ji, thank you.
Thank you very much ji for your contribution ji. Thank you ji. बिल्कुल गुरु साहब किरपा करन सारे से चंगे कम्मां ते एक एक कर्म जड़ा उसी चंगा करिए. बड़ा वधिया मैसेज कन्वे किया जी. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया पिया जी. हाँ जी, any other संगत member जी? हाँ जी पाजी, you unmuted yourself earlier.
Hanji, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh ji. I think that was a beautiful lecture. I'm so sorry I missed out on the last week's lecture. So maybe some of the things that came to my mind, you may have taught us last week. But I think the good words, good thoughts, and good deeds, and maybe some of the things you will cover next week. But for me, that Man Bach Karam Govind Ara, the Guruji says, once we actually seek the support of Guruji, because just like the beautiful message our previous speaker said, we always need the support of God. Once we have the support of the Lord of the universe, Tante Chutio Big Sansar, then I think all that bad words and bad actions and bad thoughts will go away from within us. The poisonous world ocean that actually affects us will not affect us. So I think we got to look at both sides, that on one side, we really want to have all the good thoughts and good words and good actions. But what is going to really cleanse us of the bad thoughts is muth paliti kapad hoye de sabun lagya toye. But yeah, mat papa ke sang, those thoughts that are filled in our mind that are very disempowering, that are very negative, that are very poisonous. Oto penave kerang. I think it's going to be the naam, because our thoughts are the one that create our reality, and that will lead to where you spoke today a lot about the actions. and not just the words. And I think I like the part about the relationships will be correct. And not only in this world, but even after we are gone, I think we will leave a good legacy, because Man Bach Karam Prab Apnate Ai. Guruji says, as I meditate on the name of the Lord, Nanak Das, Teri Sharanai. I not only come to your sanctuary, O Lord, but in this world and the world hereafter, when our thoughts are good, when we are thinking of the kind, compassionate, understanding, loving towards others, then man bach karam jetud arade se sabe fal pawe. Guruji says all the fruits, all the desires, all the rewards, jo mango so pavore. Whatever we ask for, we will get it the moment we align all three. And I think this was a beautiful Shabad that actually tells us that at the end of the day, everything that we do, it is to be happy, it is to be whatever we are doing. So I think all our thoughts bring happiness, joy, prosperity, and good thoughts will create that positive mental state. Good actions and good words will make it more conducive. Then peace, creativity, productivity will all come into our life. Man bach karam jai aap janai. Guruji says all these things will come when we get the instruction from within. The Lord God himself tells us, Nanak teh pata pragati ai. Then what will happen is we will have the vivek buddhi, the intellect, that enlightenment to make sure that our thoughts are correct, our words are correct, and then we take the correct actions, because the vivek buddhi, that guidance will come from within. So I thank you so much. And if you're going to cover the next week, I assume we will have a lot more to learn about good words, good actions, and good thoughts, because I think I just want to end off with, it's going to help us to be so kind, so compassionate, so truthful, so happy, and it's going to make the world a better place for you and me, for and the entire human race. So I think what we all need to take home today is think good thoughts, even when we are faced with challenges. Number two, speak good words, even when we have bad people talking to us, and we shouldn't gossip, slander, or use hurtful language. And number three, let us all learn to do good deeds, whether they are big or small. I think they will all have a lasting effect on the world around us and on everybody around us. So I thank you so much. Chukdi Mafi, if I said some wrong words, please forgive me too. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji.
Thank you very much, Palji, for your very valuable contribution. And beautifully you mentioned, doesn't matter we are doing good, like small or big actions, at least we are doing something. So which is good. At least maybe it is a small good action. At least we must start it. Very beautifully you mentioned. Thank you very much, Palji, for your contribution.
Thank you, sir.
Hanji, any other Sangha members who would like to share anything, or what do you think, what are our take home messages, or you want to add? So please feel free to share. Hanji. Hanji Gurmeet ji, you are unmuted, ji.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh, Master Ji and Sangat. Okay, this is a very beautiful talk, because we talked about thoughts and then now the action. The actions will be only when we do the action, we get the result. We stay where we are and we just talk, like you said, the examples you gave us, huh? That I want the room to be lighted up. Light, nothing will happen. So it's your action that will do. You know, they usually say, oh, that person is just a NATO case, NATO. No action, talk only. So when you have that kind of name, people will know you for sure that this person only talks and no action is done by this person. So you lose your credibility as a person. So you want to have be real and relate to others and do things that make people realize, he can do this. He is so nice. He does this for us. He is compassionate. He is caring. But because we have no action, how will you show it? So how you going to show it just by talking is not enough. Action speaks louder than word, like you said, you know. And I would say, walk the talk. You must also be an example. So when you talk something, okay, you must also do the action. Not just talk and let people listen. Oh, I'm very good. That person talks very well, but when it comes to action, no action. So you get a kind of a negative feedback. So I think walking the talk is very important, because not only when you talk, but by your action, people will realize who you are for what you are. You know? So like you said, what action talks more louder than words. So the only way we can do that is by doing the right actions. It can be small actions. It doesn't matter big action. You do small thing like helping out somebody, doing a good deed for somebody. Because even children, in school, we teach them about doing a good deed a day. They don't have to go far. They have to start with the home. From the house, they do good deed to their grandparents, bring medicine for the grandparent, okay?
Good.
And then help with mommy with the dishes. This type of things. So they also have this, we have to start with young children, and we also show them in action also that we do it, now you do it, So I think this topic is not only what we do, but what we encourage others to do too, by our actions. So that is also very important. So I think that's my take on it. Okay. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Thank you very much, Gurmeet, for your contribution. Yes, walk the talk. Sometimes we just say it, but we don't do it, so then we lose our credibility. Very beautifully you mentioned. Really appreciate for your contribution. Thank you, Gurmeet.
Welcome.
Hanji, any other Sangha member ji wants to share their views? Ji? You can unmute yourself. I'm giving the option. You can unmute yourself. Hanji. Okay, so I request you all. So let's. Okay, Kuldeep, you are unmuted. Would you like to share something, Ji?
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I thought we are going to come to the end of the session, and I accidentally unmuted myself. But never mind, but it's okay. My thoughts were running. Man Bachakaram, we are learning all these things. And why are we learning about all these things? Then I begin to think, why are we here? ਤੇ ਇਹ ਤੁਕ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਮਿਲਨ ਕੀ ਇਹ ਤੇਰੀ ਬਰੀਆ. We are here in this world because we want to unite with Vaheguru. But why do we need to unite with Vaheguru? Why is there a need for that? And for myself, the answer I'm realizing and internalizing is that we want to be, we should be, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਯਾਦ ਦਿਲਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈਗੀ, ਕਰਵਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, to be that super, what shall we say, model, a super individual full of all the goodness and charity and compassion, devoid of vices, full of virtues, so that we can become godly kind of people. So Gobind Milan ki eh teri bariya, I would interpret as try to become a godly person, that is a super good model human being. So keeping that in mind, then what are the ingredients? So here we come, that there's so many ingredients involved. We discussed, the Panja Kakar, the Panja Vikar, and now we are discussing the 3 Gs. So it is interesting. It is a realization that so many ingredients are necessary before we can cleanse ourselves, cleanse our mind, and have that kind of vivek buddhi that is required of a human being. So your talk today is a great reminder that how we conduct ourselves is also very important. The words we use, the actions we do, the thoughts we have, all these things, 3 things must be pure, and they must match, and they must complement each other. Only then can we have this possibility. Okay, Gobind milan ki e teri bariya. You know, so these are the thoughts running through my mind. I may have strayed from your topic, but I was trying to put everything together and try to understand what is the message I'm getting and what is the purpose of learning all these things. So good revelations, good timely instructions, which we keep receiving from Gurbani, and especially clarified and expanded on in your lectures. I think it was a lovely evening spent together. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Satya, thank you very much, Kuldeep ji. Maybe by accidentally when you unmuted yourself, but it is very fruitful for all of us. We heard the point of view, your ingredients, and our 3Gs and Kakar, and why do we need to do it as a Gobind Milan Ke Teri Bariya. It's a golden opportunity. So that is why we all are just helping each other, trying to understand Gurbani. So जिस काम लिए ऐसे आए हैं, वो मकसद साडे जीवन दा पूरा हो सके जी. So thank you very much for your contribution. I request you all, please unmute yourself. ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਾਂਝੇ ਰੂਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਸਮ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੀ ਬਖਸ਼ੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਦੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਈਏ ਜੀ. Once again, thank you very much everyone for joining, for contributing, for sharing your thoughts, for giving your precious time. Guru Sahib ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਬਖਸ਼ਣ ਜੀ. ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ we'll meet on Saturday morning. We have a personal lecture here and we'll discuss the month of Kartak this week. So thank you very much once again. आओ ਆਪਾਂ ਫਤਿਹ ਦੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਈਏ. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ
Waheguru Ji ki Fateh, Master Ji, thank you
Lovely
so much.
lecture.
What a lovely lecture.